Hey everybody, Josh here with Quarter Media. The date is August 3rd at 5:19 a.m. and I have just beaten Elder Scrolls Chapter 1 Arena. And it's been a pretty frustrating couple of days. I'm a pretty big fan of the Elder Scrolls games, so one night I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna beat Elder Scrolls 1. And I did not know what I was getting myself into, and it was just total hell trying to beat this thing. Oh my god. I'm going to share with you my thoughts on it here, but before we do, I'm going to just tell you a bit about the game. Arena is an open world RPG. It's developed by Bethesda Softworks and was released in 1994 for the PC. And it wasn't until 2004 that a downloadable version came out that was free of charge. You can download it on the Bethesda website, and it was released as part of the 10th anniversary of the Elder Scrolls series. So that's what I downloaded, that's what I've been playing. And Arena takes place in Tamriel, and basically what's going on is that the Emperor, Uriel Septim IV, was tricked and imprisoned in another dimension by his Imperial battle mage, Jagar Tharn, who then proceeds to just impersonate him, cause trouble all willy-nilly. And the only way to get the Emperor back is to find all the pieces of this Staff of Chaos that Jagar Tharn just fucking broke apart and scattered throughout Tamriel. And you'll go through hell and back trying to find these fucking pieces of the staff. And it will take you to some of the most annoying dungeons, and oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it really. Anyway, when you start the game, you get to pick a class and a race, and the race is selected by choosing what region you want to be from in Tamriel. So, like, if you want to be a Nord, you'd click Skyrim. If you want to be Argonian, you'd click, like, Black Marsh, and so on and so forth. You get a few stat points you get to distribute at the beginning, and you get more when you level up. And you also get to customize your character a little bit, and by customize, you just get to really pick through a couple of different head sprites that they just give to you. The game is played from a first-person perspective, like all the other Elder Scrolls games, and you attack with your weapon by using the mouse, which is kind of weird. You just right-click and just swing your shit recklessly, like across the screen, and just back and forth, whatever. And you use magic by clicking the magic menu and scrolling through all your spells and shit, but I didn't even play a magic caster. I played a knight, but I did have like a few magic items that allowed me to cast a couple of spells, and my favorite spell, which got me through most of the game, it was something called Pass Wall, which just let me to breeze through dungeons, man. Just fucking, if I saw a wall that I needed to be on the other side of, I would just fucking make that wall disappear and just go right through. It was pretty awesome. I'd probably quit if it wasn't for that spell. And most of the things you need to do really are in the interface at the bottom of the screen there. But the game doesn't really tell you which is which, so when you start, you really have to just poke around and find out what is what. And the loot in the game is pretty random, so you could find good shit anytime, but most of the time, you're just going to find shit. Stuff that don't even sell. I wouldn't even bother picking it up most of the time. The towns and cities in this game are huge. They're overpopulated. There's just people running around fucking everywhere. Each town has like a billion shops and fucking like 7 temples, and each one, even the smaller towns, has like its own palace. It's crazy. And it can be crazy to find your way around sometimes. I get lost in that shit more often than not, because the only thing you really have helping you navigate is this map, which is unmarked. All thing you see is the red squares that are doors. It doesn't really tell you which door is which, unless you ask some random townsfolk where shit is, and they will just point you in a direction. They'll be like, oh, just go northeast, go south of here. I don't really know where it's at, but I'm sure if you go north, people there will know, and shit like that. And you just run around looking for shit. Then eventually, when you get close and you ask somebody where it is, they'll just be kind enough to just mark it on your map for you. It's just like, yeah, here, let me see your map, I'll mark that shit for you. And you're like, sweet. So that's how you find shit. And all in all, I'd recommend you not play this game unless you're like me and just wanted to play it just to say that you fucking beat it. And if you decide to go ahead and give it a shot, just prepare for the most frustrating time of your life. Um, Most of the time you're just going to try to figure out where to go or what to do because you're not going to get any direction from this game. Mainly the game's just the main quest. I mean, there is some side quests, but they're pretty pointless. There's no really story to them. It's just every now and then a king or queen will be like, hey, go fucking catch this guy for me. And you go to some random dungeon and you find this dude and you bring him back. Or sometimes you'll get somebody wanting you to make a delivery to another place or something stupid. It's not even worth doing. And the rewards are stupid. It's only like you get fucking like 30 gold or fucking not even enough gold. I mean, the most gold I ever got from a quest was hunting some dude down, and the guy gave me like 800 gold or something, but you can easily just go find an item that can sell for that much. So why would you spend hours looking for some dude in a dungeon when you can just go find something to sell? So don't even bother with the side quests. But again, if you want to play the game, fucking go for it. I'll give you a few tips right now that helped me make it through. Number one being save all the fucking time. I mean, you're gonna die a lot, so just save every other minute. Sometimes you're gonna die without even knowing what killed you, dude. Something will just zap you in the back, and before you know it, you'll be deader in hell, and you won't even know. And sometimes you're just gonna get the shit kicked out of you by a shit ton of monsters. I got my ass kicked by spiders at the beginning of the game, like all the time. So it doesn't really matter. Just remember to save every other minute. Number two, potions. You're gonna fucking go through potions like nobody's business. You can get potions at the Mages Guild, and always bring just a fuck ton of health potions with you. I bought health potions, I don't know, 90 at a time, and I fucking went through that shit no problem. And it doesn't really hurt to have a few resistance potions with you either, because these spellcasters will be the majority of your deaths later in the game. Because your magic resistance, like mine, I don't know, I didn't know much about the game, I just went into it head first, and I didn't know that if you put stat points into, I think, willpower it was, that you get magic resistance and blah 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 blah. So I was just getting one shot by spellcasters. It was horrible. And eventually I started leveling up and I started putting points into my magic resistance or whatever. So yeah, potions. And another potion you need later on in the game is a potion of levitation. Because some of the dungeons you're going to have like big old holes in the floor. And it doesn't really hurt you to fall into them. Like I thought, the first dungeon I saw with holes in the floor, I avoided that shit. I was like, that's black. If I fall in there, it's game over, son. But eventually I was just like, you know what, fuck this. And I just ran into one just hoping to kill myself. And you can just walk around in that shit. It doesn't hurt you at all. But the problem being, later on in the game, there are these holes, and you fall into them, and you can't really do much to the monsters above the hole on higher planes, you know what I'm saying? So if you're in the hole, you're struggling to get out while some monster just fucking shoots you down with magic and just rapes you. That's the end of it right there. Or if there's a melee monster on top and you're trying to get up there with him to take him out, he can just smack your ass while you're trying to get up and you can't do nothing to him. So if you're on top, you can attack the bottom, but if you're on the bottom, you can't touch the top. So, just beware of that. And the third and final tip I have for you if you're going to play this game is the pass wall spell. As I mentioned earlier, what it does, it just removes a section of wall. So if you are being separated from your destination by a wall, you just cast that shit and it just takes the wall down. So you can imagine the usefulness of this. So you can just create your own path where you need to go. Extremely helpful. And it will save you a lot of frustration, so you don't got to go through all this bullshit of running around a maze riddled with fucking bitch-ass monsters and getting yourself killed. This will save you, like, hours. Like, no joke. So that's about it of my overview of the Elder Scrolls Arena. Play it if you dare, and if you do, good luck. I wish you the best. And, yeah, that's it. This has been Josh with Quarter Media. Peace.